And good morning, everybody. I am Rebel from Rocket and Rebel, and once again coming to you live from the vault this time. Not on location because there's some other stuff that had to happen, and well, the location wasn't going to be that good anyway. So, the, the first thing I want to talk about, I'm really stoked today because I've submitted some of my writing that's going down to, I guess you could call it a competition, but it's just to see if I can't get involved with someone who's doing some really cool stuff as far as marketing is going. And this is, I don't know, it's just exciting for me. I think it's freaking awesome, and I I love doing this for the sake, you get that fear thing going on. It's like, is this the best that I can do? Is it possible that I left something out? Should I take in more time? All of these things that come into mind, but that's just your brain. Your brain's going to come up with that crap, and then your core self is like, dude, whatever, man. This is what I got right now, and you can't lose what's not yours anyway. So once you submit it, we'll see what happens. And I'm hopeful for that. I think things are. It just gets better all the time. Anyway, I know you could see this. I thought you were going to be able to see it anyway. I'm wearing my Funnel Hacker T-shirt, and I was looking at it, and I've had people ask me before, dude, why do you wear that T-shirt? Sometimes when you're going on camera, I'm very do not edit and just lay it out however you got it. And this is me, okay? So let me tell you about Funnel Hacker and ClickFunnels, because that's my main thing right now. It's like the past 30 days, I didn't look it up. In 30 days, I've got 40 funnels. I've got, it's over 100 pages. And every single day, I have 12.5 visitors coming to all my different pages from different areas, and this is with limited promotion and everything. And the reason that I'm so stoked on this is because I've been online for more than 9 years, and I'm showing people what is the most effective way. No matter where you go, you're going to hear someone say, well, decide what you're going to do and then take massive action. Well, massive action slows down to a snail's pace when you don't have the ability to do what I can do right now. It used to be you would have to get a coder, and they would have to write your whole page. And then comes WordPress, and that made things a lot easier. And now come all the plugins, and these things make things easier. And what happened along the way is stuff got so freaking complicated, you don't know what tools to use. You've got all these different social media sites. You've got all these different ways you can get your word out, and it just becomes a nightmare attempting to figure out what to do. And I've gone on too long for this already, but the thing is, if you've got the ability to put your stuff out and you just crank out different things to test all the time, well, you can make that massive action happen. And I've proven it to myself, and I think as far as the training and everything in the back that you get with the special bargain that I'm hooked up with, and I can hook you up with too, it's just the difference between slogging through a bunch of crap and then clearing everything off to the side, and now it's like bam, bam, bam. You get your learning curve like anything, but it's like romper room, simple, like blocks, anyway. Very, very simple, very effective. I'm incredibly happy with the way it is, and that's why I wear the T-shirt and tell everybody I know about it. And that's not all that I wanted to talk about today. The title of this is Do It Anyway, and it's a little bit of a continuation of what I was talking about yesterday, because I just see that a lot of the stuff from some of the most famous people are damaging to someone just starting out. This is the way I look at it. Okay, for instance, that term massive action, to me, is a recipe for failure. What's massive action? Is doing a funnel a day, is that massive action? Or is it 2? Is it 5? Is it 10? Are you always going to be questioning, should you do more? And by the way, if you're doing massive action, that implies doing a lot of things. When you try to do a lot of things, it's a hindrance. They knock into each other. You lose focus and you get nowhere. And there's this desire to have things right, and you can't. There's no such thing. I was looking at this interview. Actually, I was listening to it as a podcast, and this guy on there is saying that your copy is never right. There's no right way to write copy. There's only writing it and then rewriting it and then fixing it, then tweaking it, then rewriting it again, and you just constantly improve it. There's never one single right way. Reminds me of this guy. He was my interpreter when I was in Iraq, and he's telling me something in Arabic. It was cool. He would speak to me in Arabic, and then I'd be like, "What's that?" You know, and he had gotten into an argument with our chief instructor, and he told him this, and I'm like, "Well, what does it mean?" He says, "Well, it means all roads lead to Rome. And I may not do things exactly the way you do, yet we'll all get there sooner or later. Now, I might get there a day later, but we're going to meet in Rome." So that was the whole thing, and that's the key. Just do your thing and do it your way and get it put out there, because these different things that people like, okay, very popular guy, Gary Vee, is always talking about hustle. Folks, you can hustle. And you can hustle, but you can also burn yourself out. And some of the stuff, like this copy exercise I was working on, you write it, I can stare at this all day long. And what happens is you will start to go crazy looking at all the different little things you could do, which is why I'm not big on editing videos and stuff. So I love this live, because you can sit there and look at it. It's not going to get, matter of fact, you're going to make it worse most likely, because you're going to get so confused. You're not going to have the concept clear in your head. So what I did was I wrote it, and then I rewrote it, and then the next day I wrote some more. And it was so funny, because the first time I write it, I think, oh, this is great. You know, I'm putting all this stuff down. And then I was like, okay, I'm done. My brain is empty, and I'm done. I'm going to throw it over here. The next day I picked it up, I'm looking at it and going, oh man, this sucks. I can't even believe I thought that was a good idea. I'm like, that's no good, that's no good, that's no good. I had to go through almost a full page of stuff before I finally found something that was starting to be able to be tweaked. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. Just do it anyway. Just do it anyway. Here's a point I want to make to you, and hopefully this doesn't make you paranoid. But there's a lot of people that have trouble getting on camera, and I don't have that. I don't really mind at all. I don't know why a camera freaks people out. Here's the thing. If you stopped for gas and went to the AM PM, you're on a camera. If you're walking downtown in any big city, you're on a camera. Every single time you walk into a shop, you're on a camera. You're walking by people doing YouTube videos and stuff, and you're on their camera. Folks, if you are anywhere, you're on camera. So just remember that. Whenever you're going to sit there and actually talk to people, it's just talking to another individual on the other side of a screen. It could be on the other side of the world. It's the wonders of technology. It's absolutely awesome. It reminds me, I see the Thug, she lives with this, it's Rocket's daughter, and she's using FaceTime a lot. And I find it very interesting, because she's using a wireless connection on an iPad to have a FaceTime conversation with someone across the country. And it's like, remember your mom telling you, is that long distance? Are you calling long distance? It's going to cost a lot of money. And she doesn't have a clue. She has no idea. Anyway, that's the thing. If you're worried about being on camera, just do it and you'll get over it. Or maybe writing is your thing, or maybe podcasting is your thing. The whole point is pick one, and then no matter what, keep on doing it. It doesn't matter if it was swimming or riding a bike. There are things that you wanted to learn in your lifetime. And here's the thing, swimming, you can die if you get it wrong. Okay, riding a bike, I guess you could die, but you know what? When you crash, it's gonna hurt. This didn't stop you. All you did was look at it and say, well, I had better really, really work on this hard so I can minimize the pain and then learn how to do it. And then look at me, I'll be cruising around town at high rates of speed or swimming across a lake or whatever it is that you wanted to get done. So shove away all the bull crap that your brain comes up with, focus on what you want, and do it anyway. I'm Rebel of Rockin' Rebel. This has been the Adventures of Rockin' Rebel. I hope you're having a fantastic day wherever you are. I'm out.